Nope, this way. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's see. Home, scope, screen, me. What's this one? There we go. Well, the Coin Opp shirts are out. If yeah, I got a link for these down in the description if you want those. Care Bears. Okay, I think we can probably take that off by now. There we go. Just jumping on, seeing what we can do. I got some mail here to open, and I figured, well, why not stream it? It'll be fun. There's Logan. Logan, you're not going through rolls? Okay, we got one here from, ooh, you like this, from Koi. Koi lovers. It's on his shipping thing. Well, I had cut it, but I didn't tear in. After the pop rank list for the proof and uncirculated sets. Do I have that on? No, I don't have that on yet. That's Ant. Let me show you what Ant's talking about. Let me load a page here real quick. Let's see. Where is it? Inventory and checklists. Let me find my way home. Let me move that in its normal place. I try to keep the screen organized so I can find stuff easy. Okay, let's see. Now, if I load a page, watch out. It's gonna really slow stuff down. Okay, there's the screen. See, here's Ant saying he updated the pop rank right up here, and this is what I see. So I can keep an eye on this. Okay, and this is what's loading over here. This is the coin inventory and checklist. It's a spreadsheet. You can get to it, right? And, oh, and I added a bit. There you go, contributors. Special thanks to Ant. And down at the bottom, you can't see this. Let's see, can we see it yet? All right, down at the bottom, you get these little tabs that will eventually appear. There you go. He's talking about a pop rank. So we got all kinds of different pages. Don't worry about the home page. That's just gibberish. You got Lincoln's. And, of course, it's going to take forever to load any part of this. Yeah, I had it out with the phone company again today. Okay, it'll give you the mintage. And so you can print these up. And, you know, you put that checklist to work. Jefferson's. No, this thing's not loading. Okay, Roosevelt. I should be able to tab back and forth quickly and easily here. Should pop right up. I hate this computer. Okay, we got and just added an entire Philippines section. That's a neat thing. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see from over here. Yeah, you can see all of it. Okay, the pop rank. Let's see what we got here. Looks good. Now we got all the coins listed in order of in rank by population, right? So like you know, here's 1911 map proof where they made 1,733 of the darn things, and it keeps going bigger all the way up. But you see a lot of, you know, the proofs, the satins, the silver proofs, and a few of the early ones, like 32 DNS. Let's see. Looks like another section over here. Ikes. Oh, we got Ikes up there now. Oh, hell yeah. Ikes, SBAs, Sacagaweas. There you go. What do you want? You want that 2006 D satin, the 2007 P satin, right? Are we missing one? We're missing the 2006 P satin. Okay, it needs a little bit of work. But you see those satins are always on top. Yep. Number 3. I got a bunch of those 99Ds on my desk. I better take a look at them. All right. Let's see. So we got modern dollars are probably filled in. She says only so much you can do at any given time. Yep, you got Ikes, notes, all kinds of good stuff. The dollars. Oh, we've got the presidential dollars in here. Outstanding. Yeah, it's taking shape. You know, some of this is just a labor of love. It'll take forever. Let me get back to where we were. Oh, proof and uncirculated sets. I think I'll move that over, though. Put that on the other side of dollars, because that's kind of a set of stuff. Yeah, we'll keep the regular issues at the start. Coins are sold separately. Number of total sets is impossible. Number of total sets possible. Okay. Yeah, you want to get some of those early proofs. That's nice. What did we get? Didn't we do a 38 proof to, I think Amanda got that one. And the 38 proof Lincolns. Yeah, they're slick. 8,000 of them. You want to get those things. Let's go back home, catch up in chat, because I got some stuff I want to open. Besides, we got 8 people watching. Let's see who's talking to what. Let's see, find our way back to home. There we go. Having trouble with the Native American and presidential issues. Give it time. It's Sparrow God's Child. Chef is here. Yeah, we're just hanging out talking. I got this from, who did I get this from? We lost it already. Koi Lovers, David. There it is. Now we just open it right up here because I got another package we want to look at too. That'll take me a while. I don't even know what's in there, so we got to find out. Let's see if we can straighten that up. Yeah. Now, if you hear a hum, there's a fan right there because you know, it was 85 degrees, and I'm just too darn cheap to turn on the air conditioner to cool off the whole place. It'll just cool me off. Turn that fan on. Yeah, besides, it keeps it warm for later at night because it's still in the 60s at night. Oh, what do we got? Okay, we got a bunch of nickels. We got a 1960 D with a die chip over the BER and 0. Oh! See that? I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Let me find my way back. Can we see that? A die chip over the BER and 0. Okay. We'll have to look at that in a bit. Getting a 1960 with a chip over the R. Okay, we're going to look at that one too. 60D with chips. Okay. Okay. Lots of chips over the E. 60D. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, let's see what we're talking about here. And these are just beautiful. These are brilliant. Can you see these? Those are top choice. Let's put a glove on. We got to look at these real quick because I think what he's got is not a die chip. I've seen it. Well, it could be. It's been described as a die chip or a cud. All right, see that? That's why I cut them, because it's just too damn tight. I'm still looking for decent gloves. 81 degrees. The storm's on the way. I don't know what's on the way. There. That's why it always gets, you know, so messed up there. Let me pause that. There. Now you can see. It's not that they're crap. Well, it is. It's that I, you know, further their crappiness with a cut. Set that right here for a moment. And let's have a look at this guy. We got a 1960 D with a die chip over the BER and 0. Okay. Cuds on Coins has a bunch of these listed. Alright, come on up. And right about there. You have an uncirculated coin. Real good shape. Let's see, scope it. There's a dime. No, that's a nickel. Here's a US nickel. All right, see that right there? Okay, over the BER. Yep. And over the 0. Let's zoom in and take a look. Good shape though. Would you get a BU roll here? I bet you did. Maybe a bit of cabinet wear on that one. But she's full luster. Let's have a look at the back. Yep, you got a D all right. We'll have to give that a close-up. It's just buffering a lot on my laptop. I had it out with the phone company. They called a third time and said, we can get you better service, you know, faster service, for only $10 a month more. And I just laid it on them. You know, you're not giving me what I'm paying for now. Yeah, well, anyway, they offered me 20 megabyte upload speeds for no additional charge. They say, you know, I qualify for that. But every time they try to hook me up to that department, the phone gets cut off. Go figure. So I give her help with that too. I don't see any problem with the mint mark here. Great shape. Okay, let's look at this. I'm watching at 240p. Wonder if I could change my quality right there, the pixel thing. Okay, see that right above the O? Where's my pointy stick? If you can't see that, you're blind. I don't need a pointy stick. Okay, two schools of thought. One says that's a die chip, and the other one says that is a cud, right? And over here on B, E, and R, Yeah, same darn thing. Now, Cuds on Coins has these listed. You can find these. They're out there. Now, I tend to think it's a die chip just because of size and the way it meets the edge. A Cud will usually, spall out at a wider angle. Whereas a die chip would be any shape. And here you can see, if we can point, let me sharpen that up a little. I need more sawdust anyway. I spilled some coffee, it'll absorb it. Those are die chips. Cuds are coming from the rim. These are just about. Okay, but their size is limited. That's what I'm saying. Let's look at the E. Okay, from the top of the E, it goes inward towards the E. The B is kind of straight. Right, the R is kind of straight. Over here, this is what I would expect on a Cud, right? Kind of going outward. Right, but when it's straight up or pointing into the inward, between the left and right side, that supports die chip. This supports the idea it's a chip. Because otherwise, we're going to have 4 Cuds, and they're not particularly big on these. Where's that tape measure? Ooh, we're going to have to measure this. Let me wipe the dust off of it. All right, I want that one. Side up. There we go. How big is that? Okay, between these lines, the taller lines, that's a millimeter. What's that doo-doo on there? Let's go to the right. Okay, so we're about a millimeter wide on some of these. Maybe 0.9. A millimeter? That's a mighty small Cud. But you look to the gap in between them, and you're looking at between the B, between the E and the R, about 0.6 millimeters. Well, it doesn't seem to me that a Cud would form, successive Cuds would form where the gap in between them is so much smaller. That's why I say die chip rather than Cud. We lost it. You see what I'm talking about? This piece breaks off, then a little space, then another piece breaks off, then a little space, then another piece breaks off. The thickness versus the depth, it really strikes me as a die chip, but it's on the edge. So, okay, let's look at a picture here. I'm going to have to draw something. I sold my die. I wasn't using it. I'm going to have to get another one. I got to get a die with an actual Cud on the thing. Okay, home. Okay, so you got a die. Oh, that's on my list. Says buy. Die. I got to get a die and quarter. Okay, you got a die here. Okay, which is essentially a big fat. Where are we writing? Let me write it. Let me do it over this way, so. Yeah, I'm always drawing pictures. Can we see this? Okay, there's your die, right? Kind of looks like this. Creeps in a little bit. Creeps in and comes up to this sort of a thing. Yeah, that's it, except it's not so blocky. This is actually a curve. Yeah. All right, I can't draw. Let's understand that. Okay, what a Cud, right, is where a section of that die breaks off. Just the whole damn thing. I mean, the whole darn thing. A die chip would be a little piece breaks off from, say, right in here. Just a little piece. That's a die chip. A die break, right? That's where a die chip, the area affected is greater than or equal to 4 square millimeters. Okay, well, how big is that? If you look back at the nickel, where the hell did the nickel go? All right, 1 millimeter is the width of that E. So 4 square millimeters, you're looking at pretty much the size of the B and the E together. You got a gob that big, or maybe it's longer and thinner. That'd be a die break. Otherwise, it's just a die chip. So now I've got these little things, right, where it's this bit on the edge. All right. Now a Cud would be, some part of the side typically. Oh, I'm not seeing it. Let me go back. There we go. Let's blow this up so we can see it better. There's your die face. All right, and there it goes. Yeah, it goes out like that. Okay. This is a cud, right, where this piece breaks off. I mean, way down. Could be, you know, miles long. This is gone. So that you have a void on the face of the coin. Here's Abe Lincoln. There's a smile. There's his ear. He's got a big ear. Put a bow tie in there. The date. Okay, a cud. The planchet goes in there, and you got a lot of metal can fill because it can go all the way down here. Okay, that's why the cuds are so big, and it's why the cud coins are always on the rim. Now on this nickel we got, it's this little piece right up here. So we got a couple, 3 of them in a row, successive pieces. All right, it's on the edge. How deep is it? Got no way to know. No way to. You don't have a way to know over here. So some people say it's a cud because it's on the rim. Okay, this is one of those questionable things. It's on the rim. Does it matter how deep it is? It's a cud and a die chip. It's a tiny cud. Find a name for it. Do you need to clean up your desk? If so, buy it up, put it all in a box, and send it to me. You don't want to see the condition of that desk back there. It's at a point it's almost useless. I've cleaned up some more, but boy, we got a lot of work to do. But he's got several of these. Look at these. Check this out. We got a die chip over the E. Let me move this one aside. That's pretty slick. Okay, where are you? I'm gonna have to do. That's over the O, and he's got one over the E. Aha! Look at this one. It does not actually come all the way to the edge. You've got a gap between the rim and the anomaly. 29 watching and only 13 likes. I just showed up. Mantic, he moved his show from Tuesday to Thursday, so I figured, well, what the hell? Somebody check Mantic, right? See if he's on. Because if he's on, I'm going to go watch his show rather than ramble here. Where'd my pointy stick go? Do I need I just sharpened that one, man. I need that. This is so unfair. Is it stuck in here? Sometimes they're stuck in the glove. Okay, get another one. I'm going to have to get another box of toothpicks. I got like fine toothpicks. That's what I need. Sylvia Williams, how are you? Okay. Whoa. Might have sharpened a little too. It's about half as long as it was. There. So I get a pin, but I don't want to touch the coin. See the little gap right at the top of that E? Whoops. Where I'm seeing flat field between that die chip and the rim. So this would be a die chip. Whereas the other one, they can call it a cud because it's on the edge. Paula's here. Oh, good. Paula. Oh, I got more tape. I can send your stuff out tomorrow. Junebug. I got the door open and the lights right here. Let me shut the door before I get more of these bugs in here. Here, let me look at that tape for a minute. Get out. I got no problem with bugs as long as they're not on me. Yeah, oh good, the spider web caught him. All right. So I got to hold the koi and see exactly what he wants done with these. Meantime, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Here's one over the 0. Just a 0. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the 0? There you go. See how it kind of comes inward? The rest of the letters look pretty right and tight. But 1960 is a big year for these. Right, you find them above Liberty, above the date. Okay, this is the ER in 0. That's the wrong side. Let's show the coin side. E, yep. Point it up. Where are you? E, right there. R, yeah. And the 0. But, oh, see, I want to compare this 0 to the other zeros, and it's going to be easier to just take pictures and put them side by side. But that first one went kind of to the left a lot more than this one. Okay, remember a picture of this one. Looks like a half a crown. Put in that first one. All right, see how far it goes a lot further over? Is this a later die stage? That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, still a die chip. Well, how far down would it have to go to be a cud? Just intersecting with a rim, or what? This one is over the R. Where are you? R. There it is. Yeah, but you can get you know, a whole progression of these. There you go. Now that makes it all the way to the rim. We got 3 more here. Wow, that's a bunch to have. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 of them. Okay, this is over the B-E-R-T and 0. But the whole darn thing here. B, E, see? Not full, incomplete. Those are chips. The R meets the edge. And the 0. That's a big thing. And it's in plastic, so that's where we're getting the reflection in the light. All right. There's so much stuff out there. How do you classify it? A cud will always have a die crack on the rim. Well, that's what a cud is. It's broken down the, you know, the side of the die. 0, T, R, nope, E, yep. A little bit of everything. These are cool. And this is R and 0 again. There's a couple of these. You must have gone through a roll because these are great shape. Koi in here? There's koi. I have 4 more nickels with different chips. What do you want to do with these? Catalog them, inspect them, send them back, add them to a big prize, show them off. Yeah, that's a big one. So I'm going to compare one to the next, see if there's an order and a progression, and go from there. Put that one back. Okay, that's the kind of stuff that comes across this desk sometimes. All right, now I got to figure out what to do with them. So I'm going to set these aside. Use coin as you wish. We'll give them away. We'll talk about them. We'll show them off. I mean, oh, what is this? Sawdust? I got little shavings on me. I got a little box here to put those in all together. You can never have too many boxes. Oh, the Jefferson nickel number 2 finally came in. So I got Jefferson's 1 and 2. If you want to, you know, spread those around, you can put all your 1960 Ds right in. Oh, that'd be book 1, right in one of these holes. But book 1 is 38 to 61, and book 2 is 62 to 95. Anything newer ain't worth bothering with anyway. Okay, there's that. Let's get this next one open, because this one's neat. Where's the home page? All right, let's make some space here and get rid of the packaging material. Great packing job. You see this? He's got soft to absorb the blow and hard to take a blow. All right, there we go. Now, this one comes from Ginger. Yep. Ginger. I'm going to need to open this. It's a priority mail. Just a regular old package there. But she sent these in to be inspected. So I want to take a look at them and tell her exactly what I think. Go through identifying the die varieties. And let's open this up. I got something right in there. Let's take the top of that off. Now, right now I can do a cursory inspection. I'll do that with you guys. But when I get into it, I'm going to use a back table because I got better light and I can, you know, zoom right in and use that loop. That's everything. Good. Okay, where'd you get the packing material? Huh. Set that there. Oh, that's a return envelope. Okay. Okay, here you go. This is perfect. See, we got a list of what came in and some questions here. All right. And return address. 41 penny, 83 penny, 39 nickel, 55D over S nickel. Oh, I've got to tear into that. Okay, gold tone daughter, reverse gold toned Connecticut quarter, twice. One's Delaware. A tone Connecticut quarter, New Jersey, no copper planchet. That sounds interesting. I'm going to 58D over D, a couple of 64D nickels. All right, let's check it in first. And I like to use a razor because I got better control than this big thing. I'm not trying to build a house. I'm trying to be delicate. But there are coins in here. So let's just be gentle with it. If I can't cut tape, well, I'll just get another razor. Alrighty. Yeah, people send me coins. I've done a couple of hundred of these now. It's $5 per coin plus shipping, plus insurance if you want that. Okay, let's open that up. Let me get rid of this cardboard down here as well. That's everything there. Where did she get this? All right, I don't understand why 2 packages. You get 1 list, 2 packages. All right. I think you just wanted to protect the coins better. People send me coins. What do you think? And I figure it out. Now in group, in the Coin Opp group, they always ask, "What do you think?" And I think I'll move on. But here she asked for my specific opinion of what this is. Is it worth it? Is it worth grading? Is it is it special? Is it fancy? Let's spread these out, see what we got. Okay, this is good. If you send coins, put them in the plastic. No staples to mess with. I can put them back in easily. Right? Take them out. Take pictures. Okay, we got a lot of moderns. And let's start checking them out. Okay, we got a 1980, what do we got? 1983 DDR001. I got one here, DDR001. So I'll verify that that's correct, give an idea of grade, market value, whatever else we can come up with. Weights measured, 1930, 3260, I can't read this. I get tape on it. Yeah, this is me at work. How much for your entire collection? $20,000. How about that? That's Harold. Okay, nickel. That's a D. I think it's D over D. And we'll figure it out. It's upside down and backwards. 1950, 68. Well, we could just look at the darn thing. It's a 58. Let's go down the list here. 58 D over D. We got that one, okay. We've got a quarter, 1980. Pretty darn nice shape. 1980 gold tone quarter. That's going to be that one, 80D. Yep, that's here. Oh, it's in the plastic, so I can't see it. Okay, it's a Caesar Rodney. Delaware, yep. That's the Connecticut, as we can see. Okay, maybe you can't see. Yeah, that's a tree. That look doubled. How do you tell on those? Let's see. Tone, yep. Nickel is 1946. Our nickel. 1946, right there. We'll have a look. I can't quite read the date. 1964 D, pretty decent shape. All right, 64D. 1939, one on the list? Yep, plain. So I can't read the back. And it's got tape, so I can't open it yet. But it's on the list, so I just want to check them in right now is all I'm doing. 1941 wheat. There you go. 1960, that's that 68S. Again, real great shape. 1968S. Could be an S over S. We'll have a look at that. 1964D. Two of them. That's number 2. Looks like a New Jersey quarter. New Jersey, no copper planchet. Huh. That's a. She says, is it no copper? You see any copper on that? That's interesting. They made silver quarters, right, ever since 1992. That's a 99. But the silver were proof in San Francisco. Now that one's a 1999P, so is there any way a silver planchet came from San Francisco and made its way to Philadelphia? Well, we'll look at that. And I got a 55, D over, possible D over S. Ooh, well, look at that one. And we got a quarter here. That's the Connecticut gold tone. There you go. Great shape. Good and sharp. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Everything's here and accounted for. Very good. Total 14 coins. Yep. Send a payment to cover the coins. Oh, she's also getting a loop and a flip. Close a prepaid, pre-addressed, priority padded mail. Enough of the P's. Prepaid, pre-addressed, priority mail, padded envelope. Okay. Look forward to your thoughts and opinions. There we go. I'm going to keep the notes. Now, I'll type this all up what I come up with, but we can get a good look at some of these right quick. 25,000 pennies. That's a lot of pennies. I miss half the chat, so I don't know what I'm responding to. Shirley, you got to buy Ken a better camera so I can see his stuff. Oh, let's have a look. Where'd that 55 go? I'm going to look at that one first. All right. Now, these are taped together. There's nothing coming out. But I got the coin over there, right? I want to keep this sharp edge away from that coin. There you go. And just enough to get in and have a look. And we'll tap it right out of there. These are wonderful holders. All you got to do is just kind of tap it, and the coin will pop right out. Okay, sometimes it'll go to the other side. All right, let's bend that out of the way. And we got a coin I can work with here. Okay, get up my way there. Let's have a look. Scope it. Okay, what do we got here? We got a 1950 flood. Now the idea is start big and work your way in. Mark Connor says, I would say yes on that, Ken Peavy. The Perth Mint makes about half the blanks of the U.S. Mint. Most people have no idea about that. They get around. Perth Mint makes our silver planchets. I know the zinc come from Jardin. I think they're in West Virginia or some darn thing. From Jardin Zinc. What we got here? 1955 Liberty. A little bit worn on the edges there. Not too bad. You're in decent shape. I can go through and grade that more accurately. Let's have a look at the back. Okay, we got some. We got a scratch in the center there. Has a slight woody tone, but not too remarkable. Come on, Walter. We're looking at stuff. Okay, I want to get in and look at this mint mark. Now the camera won't pick up what my eyeball will. She's asking, is this a D over S? And for that, we want to look real hard at the top and the bottom of this. See a little tick right at the top and right at the bottom? The problem with this camera, it doesn't pick up what the eyeball will see. But we're going to give it a good look right now. And I can mess with this for a while to get at what we're trying to see. I'm not feeling the love on this one, however. But I do have a little spot up at the top. All right, that gets a look. Yeah, I've got to put the loop on it, and you can see right at the top of edge. See the light area about just past the 12 o'clock mark. And we've got something else on the bottom. Now I got the cameras focused above the nickel, so I'm tilting the card to bring the nickel into focus, and that gives me just a little extra. Okay, I'm not feeling the love here because the bottom looks like it might just be discoloration. But we'll get in there and have a look and play with it. And come up with my answer. All right. You see what I'm talking about? It's the woody, the graininess. Yeah. We probably got some laminations, perhaps right in here. So that's a saving grace. And yeah, it's got direction to it. If I turn this, you see the lines going right to left. Okay, so you got something there anyway. I'll have a look real quick. All right, and she's asking, is that a D over S? I can't see it right off, but I also don't have my, I want to have side-by-side comparison. And if you can see what I'm seeing, let me put this up. Home. There you go. Where's the damn screen? There's the printer. Okay, there's the computer screen. You can see that. That's not very big. Okay. If I'm going to compare one coin to another, I'm going to have, half the screen is going to be just the coin, and half the screen is going to be the other one. If that's not good enough, I'll blow it up and then, switch back and forth. And sometimes that works real good for comparing two coins. I'll set that right back in where it was. Let me go back down here. All right, next one I wanted to look at was the 58 D over D. Let's find that one. Is this it? 1939. DDO. Okay, see it's written on here, DDO, but it's not on the checklist. That's all right. Let's have a quick look at it. All right, now I want to put the coin over there so I can put the cutter on that tape over here. And we'll tap it out. 39 DDO. What do you think? Because you're seeing the same time I am. Okay, DDO, I want to see wider, thicker devices, and some split serifs. Now, they seem to be a bit wider. This is a common error some folks make. They see the letters are kind of, they're flat and wide. A lot of times it's just circulation that does that, It's like death by 1,000 cuts. If I tap that a billion times with another nickel, over time they'll get wider and flatter. Circulation damage. Smash that like, he says. Okay. That may be why they're saying what's going on here. Let's see the little edge on the R, and on the T, but they're not split serifs. I really want to be able to get in a little deeper on that. That 9 does look pretty considerably thicker than normal. But I'll compare this with what else we have. But right now I'm not set up for that because I'll be loading, 15 different pages. Okay, just give you an idea of the things that come in. I don't see split serifs, but the 9 is certainly suspicious. Okay, we had the 83 DD. With that 83, possible DDR number 1. Oh, an 83 DDR number 1. DDR 001 is the question. Now, where's my split? Okay, I got the coin up there. Let's get home. So I got the coin up there, but I got my tape up there, so I want to cut. So I'm going to tap that and just move it down to the other side. Okay, we get in there with the cutter. I don't have to screw up that coin. You got to be gentle with these things. You got pretty darn good shape. I'm going to say it's AU right off the bat. Let's go under the scope. Mushed. It happens. Scope. Where'd you go? Okay. Let's start at the top and work our way in. 1983. You see a lot of little, little bumps on it. We got the pox. Well, okay, great. It's zinc. You get a lot of pox, and sometimes that will interfere with people's diagnostics when they're trying to look at stuff. You're saying DDR number 1 on an 83. That's going to be bold. We'll look it down at 1 cent. I'm not feeling the love right now. It should be ready. Your big pickup point should be right around the top and sides of the O, for example, along the sides of the N. Okay, it's not DDO number 1, but also you got to realize that nomenclature she's using, DDR 001, is that Wexler? Is that, what's above it? I've got something else. MMHO. WWHO. That's Wexler, right? And WHO is a doubled working hub. But I'm not feeling the doubling here right off. Good spots to pick it up are the serifs on the S. Check with the dots on the E. That on EPU. That E does look a bit thicker, left to right, but that's the only thing I'm seeing right off. We'll get in there and I'll scan these out with a loop and really check it. Okay, I've got this light over here coming in from this angle. Yep, so I could block that light, and there you go. That's why we got so much brightness right there. FG looks rather sound. You got a die crack right there at the bottom. Okay, it's not Konica number 1. I prioritize the numbers. So I use Konica as the first number I'm going to refer to when I cross-reference, right? Because Konica is, well, they're the poop. I'm a Konica member. I can get away with it. So I'm going to say that's not a WDDR number 1. I'm going to say it's not a Konica number 1 DDR. But a WHHO, very possible, very possible. That's what we got here. The quarters. What's the 41? Let's see if I can read anything. 1941 penny. 1941 has a lot of great doubles right on the front. Okay, you can't see this. There we go. Let's see what we got. It's a 1941. It's brown. I did not see the DD over there either. Okay, it is. You ready? Too close. Okay, we got good separation of the cheek and jaw, but the wear here is strongly suggestive of VF. Let's go to the back. Okay, we got a lot of contact marks. Big one by E. Got a spot at 2 o'clock by the week. Got a big gouge at the bottom of N. We got some interesting stuff down here. Now, 41's a big year for laminations, right? Big year. You get a lot of them. Some years I get a lot more. 1923, 1921, right? Some of the early 20s and late teens. 1909 is a big one. Okay, what do you see? I've got flaky metal. Yep, I got flaky metal in the raised letters. I got sections of metal that are removed, but the edges come out straight, and then we have a gap. This looks to be a lamination. Okay. Well, you got that one. So you got a good find here. Let's have a look. And I want to see these laminations. A lot of times they're going to be parallel, just because the way they roll a copper bar into a copper sheet. It's like a ribbon. They just keep it going back and forth and back and forth. So the the copper just keeps on elongating and elongating. So these laminations are always parallel along the coin. Yeah, that's a lamb, all right. You see how it's flaky? All right, if it was a scrape, I mean, it'd be a deep groove and furrows on the side. All right, those are flakes, and they're parallel. All righty, let's look at that and see that pit? That's not really a pit. First glance, that looked like a pit. It may still be a pit, but I want to look at, where is it? That big dark spot right there. Is it a pit, or is it just a lamination that's, a deep one? But these seem to be parallel. They're all in a row. It's actually kind of wide. It's from here to there. So about 1.5 millimeters, 2 millimeters wide. And that's just a spot of corrosion. The 1941 has so much going on. It was a good year to be a penny. You really express your individuality then. Okay, EPU looks pretty straight and square and even and normal. Except for that, which we'll get a land as if that is. All right. Now I'll get these all identified and picked over because I'm going to spend, some time on each coin. And then I'll do another video probably later tonight where I explain what each coin is, what we found, because I'm going to find some things that we can't show up on the screen. 1941, I want to look at that last T. You get a little bit of contact on the top of that S, kind of squished it flat. The rest of this is looking pretty normal. And let's have a look at Liberty real quick. Check his eyeball. Where is it? Looks pretty right. Check the date. 9 is normal thickness. The 1 is regular. Okay, I think what we got here is a lamination error. Any evidence of it on the front too? Maybe tiny bits. Below the R you might see a little speck right in there, but that's not enough to cause me any concern. But a lot of times you'll have a coin and it looks like it's damaged, but it's actually lamination, and that can make the difference between the coin being junk, throw it back in the change bucket or the cold bucket, and oh, it's not junk, it's actually lamb. I've seen those too, where people will overlook a great coin saying, it's junk, it's garbage, it's damaged. It's not. It's a lamb. And I've seen some neat ones. Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to look at is those. I'm going to put those in a box. I'll be getting to these. Good box. Right after we go off the air here. Yep. Anyway, I'll write these up. See what, find out what I can find. Got to do the numbers, weigh them and measure them, the whole bit. Make sure it says that, because we got some quarters here. She's asking about, let's see, 99D, New Jersey, no cop. Oh, let's look at that one real quick while we're here. Where'd my knife go? Yep. And I see something like this. I'll probably just put another flip on that. That's a soft vinyl. So if left in there for long term, it's going to screw it up. All right, let me turn that on edge. Let me show you the wide view real quick. Home. Okay, it's a 1999P New Jersey, as you can see. Looks just like that. Let me make sure I drop it. You got George Washington on Delaware. It's not the tone. Let's look at the side. There's new mister. Good to see you. Scope. And we're going to have a hard time focusing here real quick. There's my glove. There it is. I see no evidence of copper here. So yeah, okay. I'm going to have to weigh that. Check it that way. Hope I got batteries. I think I mailed my batteries out. Yeah, that strikes me as odd first. And it's neat because the silver quarters Yeah, they're different enough in weight. I can probably use that as a sole diagnostic. Otherwise, I can do a scratch test on it, but I would hate to take this and rub it on a stone. Okay, there's other tests we can do. Protect it, right? Like with something like a piece of vinyl. And put a magnet down the side so it's not abrading with the magnet, but it does have, it'll interact with the magnet. It's the copper in there. How's the color look? Well, it's kind of bright and shiny, but it's also fairly new. We got some damage over the side there, those big contact marks right beside its temple. How's the back look? Looking at the color in person, I'd say it looks pretty normal. Sometimes you get them, they perhaps have been plated. Now the plating, the first thing that does is, you know, add a thin layer across everything, and it'll give it a different color. You can also use the fields to diagnose plating. It'll have, you know, bumps and lint and stuff that's been plated over. And even if it was circulated afterwards, those little spots, the depressions, are still going to stay bright and shiny. Like say in here, right? You see the D kind of shape, right? It's a piece of another quarter that impacted. And if this was replated, that's going to be bright and shiny inside there, even if the rest of the coin, you know, was passed around a few times. Right? Otherwise, that's a new mark that occurred afterwards. But this does not strike me as being plated. The fine details, right? We get up into the corners. Right? Here's the guy's hat, where's this face, his hat, and up in the corner by his cheek. Those can get filled. You know, you start putting layer on layer, they'll get filled, and you'll smooth out the design. It looks crisp. I don't think it's plated. I have to give it a weight. Yeah, that's why you need a scale that's accurate to a couple of decimal places. I'm going to stop using that right now. I'll get some more flips right here. Okay, we'll get to that. What was that gold tone? All right, what's this penny? Oh, that's a 41. Some slipped nickels. Okay, what's this one? It's a Connecticut. Look like a D. Let's get that coin away from the knife. There we go. Let's see, 1999p toned Connecticut quarter. Let's look at this. Let's look at the big scope real quick. Home. There you go. That's what we have right off. I can play with a light so you can see. Regular looking quarter. Toned, huh? Yeah, it's got some golden tinting to it. Now, if you're going to plate a coin, typically you're going to immerse it, you know, in a bath of the solvent, and that's clean and white. Now you can. It doesn't take much contact to hook up two electrodes. Typically, you rest it on a bar and lean it onto another one, and just a thin piece of wire is all you need if you're plating it. And what you're looking for there is a tiny spot. I mean, tiny, a pinprick spot. Which could be on the rim, on the edge. That would be the spot where you know, one of the electrodes met. And those electrodes charge the coin and draw the plating atoms out of solution. Okay. Well, first off, I see no evidence this was plated. That looks pretty darn normal. Let's look at the back. That's got a golden color. And yeah, I fully agree it does. But here, you see the little spots I'm getting here? There we go. I'm getting a lot of little tiny black spots. You see them right in here. It looks like a flock of birds jumping off the tree. All these little tiny specks. There's one here, one there. You know, this one looks like a contact mark. These are little black specks. Well, that's consistent with fingerprints, really, or exposure to, you know, a contaminant. Just about anything can do that. There you go. But that's not consistent with plating unless it was after the coin was plated. But I got toning on one side only. Okay, that tells me it was probably exposed to something or resting on something. Let's have a look. See the little dark spots? But I don't have, I mean, the field are smooth. If it was plated, it was cleaned up beautifully. But if it's immersed in a solution for plating, it would plate both sides instead of just one side. What would make it yellow? All kinds of things. Sulfur, smoke. What do you get? Sulfur, onions, matchstick, cigarette, nearby active volcanoes. It's a charter oak. Geez, how do you tell if there's doubling here? Oh, that'd be tough. All right. So here my test is probably going to include acetone because I suspect that toning might come off. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it down here on the lower edge where it won't be seen. I think it's just a discoloration right off. Okay, but the scope is not going to tell me what I want to know. I got to put it, you know, under my eyeball. That's a bit darker over there. And also the scope doesn't give me true color. The big camera over here, this one, gives me a better idea of color. This one does detail, that one does color. And yeah, it does look golden. But it only looks golden on one side. It's got, well, kind of a cartwheel bit to it, but it's a subdued cartwheel. Yeah. Whereas the front, let's see if we can see that over here. Home. Okay, there's the front. And I've got some decent cartwheel on that. It's a, what was it, 99? Yeah, it'll have some cartwheel still. There you go, you can see it here. See the spoke. There's 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. I tilted, it goes to 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock. But on the reverse, which is yellowish, I still have it, but it's a bit subdued. Maybe it's just a tree in the way. Yeah, I think that's that made contact with something or something landed on it. Okay. We'll set that back in. What else we have that was interesting we wanted to look at? That's 68 nickel. Where did that one go? 58. Is that it? 64. 83. That's the penny. 39. 68. And asking, is that a double mint mark? Of course, in great shape, but ought to jump right out if it is. Let's have a look here. Because part of this whole batch being sent in is to learn. This person wants to learn. So I'm going to make sure I get my diagnosis right. Oh, what's this? What's that? That's a little discoloration. I'm going to walk through each coin and explain what I see. 1968S, pretty decent shape. That's AU. Got a bit of wear right on the top of the, oh, right where his ear should be. You got a little tiny bit of wear. Okay, let's look at that S. Are you feeling it? Now these S's, they get punched in by hand up through 1989. Okay. Now if it goes in really deep, right, they give a little extra thump, you're going to seed it. And you actually dig in just a bit more. With a mint mark, oops, the bottom of the inside of the mint mark will actually leave its impression because it's not, you know, a giant tube of S. it's an S on top of the point of a punch. I mean, like this, right? I mean, like they literally take it and tap it in. So the die has detail inside the S where it has been seated. And I see what you're saying right there. Now here I've got some extra detail, some extra lines. There you go. Just below the top curve. Right, just below the top curve. And again down here below the center curve towards the left side. And to tell you the truth, I think that's quite convincing all by itself. But I don't see anything on the outside. Or do we? What's that at the top right? At the top upper serif. Okay, this goes into the potential and possibly. But I want to see, I'd like to see more outside the mint mark where, you know, it wasn't just double punched in place. But it's, you know, punched here and over there. Yeah, I want to see a separation. But I've seen, this looks quite convincing. I mean, you'll see plenty of mint marks that are very, very, very subtle. Maybe it's just a split in the serif. But I think it's up in the top right. Okay. But the single light source isn't doing me any favors on that. That looks promising. Dakota says, I'm at work. Me too. This is what I do at work. I'm just taking a coin break. I believe that the inverted S mint mark is the most missed. I gotta look at that. Is that right side up? Where'd it go? That's normal. Okay. The coin's upside down. Did you find some in that that stack of 68S proof sets you went through, Lincoln? I think so too. That one looks promising. That looks very promising. I'll have to get in there with, you know, a loop to make sure, because my eyes are going to pick out stuff that this little camera won't. Yes, sir. So these are sent in by Ginger, the new Ginger, not the old Ginger. We like all our Gingers. Okay, let's see. We did the 41. We did the 83, 39, the D over S 55. Do we look at that one? Yep. S over S 68. The D over D 58. Where'd that go? That's probably this one. 46. I got no question on that one. Hour. It's not hour nickel. Dummy. See, it says hour nickel. They think it's a DDR. Okay, get it down to the bottom. I'm losing my thumb. It's a DDR, not hour. $50 and a cent with inverted S. The cent in 68 has an inverted S. I don't think I had that one in my notes. Man, there's plenty of stuff out there I've never heard of. You got to check this stuff out. Okay. DDR, he says. Let's zoom out and have a look. Scope. Start big and go small. Where did it go? Oh, it's out of focus. There you go. Work your way into the detail because you want to pick up everything. So start big. Okay, what do you got there? Got a little dark spot. It's pretty minor. You got some wear, but I'd give it BF, XF right off. What's going on with the bow tie by the 6? In God we trust. Looks good. Liberty. Looks good. 1946. I'm going to look at that 6. That interests me. And I suspect it's just a worn die. But I want to see more. Alright. That looks fairly typical. Look at a little contact there with it, which is that straight line. Some metal flow lines above that star. Ooh, there you go. See the bottom of the Y? Good little ears. That's a little dye deterioration is what that is. He's gone. Right there on the right side. Right here on the right. And it's a little flushed here. It doesn't have a crisp upper edge. That's kind of worn. That's dye deterioration. Okay. Not too bad. Oh, gosh, that's awful. See it? Can you see it? You know what that is. Who wants to call what that one is? Yeah. Yeah, it didn't show up because it's on the edge. That's a little roller mark. Staple? No, it's from a roller. Coin roller. Automatic coin roller. I just want to look at this again. Do you see what I'm seeing here? Okay, let's zoom in at this level first. I'm feeling I got a scratch or minor scratch here. Zoom up just a little, move it through. Okay, it's just a higher relief is all that is. That's why I think I'm seeing double. Sometimes they say, oh, I see double, but it's just the relief, right? Because these the devices on the coin, they're not perfectly straight up and down. Because you've got punch it and it's perfectly straight up and down, and you lift the die, the coin's going with it. So they give them just a slight slope. Most images designs will have that. They got some sharper edges, but it's not vertical. So a lot of people look and say, oh, geez, I see two pieces. But it's, you know, they got one here, and then they're looking at that slope. And that looks like it. On proof coins, it's even worse because you get so much reflection going on. Okay, I'm not feeling the love on that bit. What I'm trying to focus on right now is the bottom of that bow tie, which is now the side of the bow tie, right in here. That's what I'm trying to look at. This piece appears to be a contact mark. And it's off the scale. Okay, let's look at the R. Let's look at the DDR in hour, because it's not hour. Coin rolling machine, the ring of fire, ring of death. Where's my zoom? Come on. All right, you see anything right off? Let's look at it. We got a small rim nick at 1 o'clock. Oh, a few contact marks here and there. Got a dark spot in the right side door. We got some, just a little bit. You see kind of a curvy mark. Okay, starting at the O, right? Kind of looping over in this direction. What do you got there? You got progressive indirect design transfer is what that is. Pay no attention to that. Okay, but we're going to find some doubling. Look, it's still got a step or two. Let's find some doubling in here. Great spots are like the, well, we have a sharp angle, right? For example, inside the E, right? The serifs on the S's because it's more of a triangle than it is, you know, a square serif. EPU. Let's start zooming in. And what do we see? I want to see for doubling. I want to see devices that are wider. And I want to see splits on the serifs. Now, the bottom of the P, yeah, I don't need to point. You can see the bottom of the P. I got something going on there, but it looks to be an angle. You see your double dies should be the same height as the normal relief because the hub The working hub was stuck into the working die, right? Then retracted and stuck again. So the doubling should be the same relief, should be the same height. I see what you're asking about here. We got something going on in the eye. At the top of the eye, just a light split looking thing. That's fine. Focus. I'm totally off in the focus. Bear with me. Your left side of the top of the eye. Anything else anywhere? That looks more like MD to me. It looks like a flat lower area. It's lower down in elevation. Maybe on the U, the same sort of location. Not feeling the love on this one. You don't have anything at all? Those are nice lean lines on the U, on the end. See on the right of the U, it's nice and lean. I want to see something fat. I want to see some fatties. Okay, let's look. Down here, we want to see the tops of the doors, sides of the doors. We're not going to see much here. There's a spot. I see orange. What would you pay for a 1961 Proof Deep Cameo DDO penny? I don't usually spend money on that stuff. I find them. Copper Coins has a pretty good batch of prices, right? And I would trust his prices over those by Konica. But really, your best bet is determine which one it is, right? If there's more than one DDO. Check out the condition of the coin, and then look for similar listings on eBay, because people are trading die varieties a lot more than they used to. Okay, let's look at that E. That looks pretty straight and tight. I don't see anything sticking out. Anything on the left? Not feeling it here. What's at the bottom of that F? I'll have to give that a look. Monticello. O's are great because you get the inside. There you go. I explained the cusp idea to some people before, but I got a different audience here. Okay, let me draw a picture. I got my picture here. All right. You get a double die. And you get a circle. It should be nice and round, right? So there's there's an O. Let me link that up. There's an O. Okay, now if that was hubbed twice, right, I'm going to have a second circle, like kind of right beside it. See if I can draw this right. So there's your second circle. And we'll give that a, well, that's enough right there. All right, there's the first hubbing, the inside of the O. There's the inside of the O on the second hubbing. Now these are round. Up here, where they meet, I've got a cusp where one circle, right, meets another circle. Yeah, like that's a good, useful photo. Instead of being round, I've got a point. I've got a cusp. Those are great to look for. Those will help you diagnose. $1, says Ant. I'd pay $1.02. Okay, so over here now we got Monticello. And we're in the middle, and I've got a couple of nice round curves on the inside, and I don't see any points. I don't see any elongation. It's not like an eyeball round, with points on the edges. Okay, here's what we're looking for. What do you see here? Who wants to call it? We got MD. This is a classic case of MD. Okay, perfect. I'm going to draw you another one. You're going to like this. Home. Okay, doubling. Okay, if I got an L, Here's my L. That's what it should be on the coin. If I hub that twice, I get another L going into the die, right beside the first one. Okay, it might be shifted just a bit. Now, first thing I'm looking for are these notches. Right in here and right in here. Could be different directions, right? But the general outline of this coin, right, all at the same height, is going to be something like this. This is what it's going to look like on the coin. Right? That's the normal one from this line to that line. This is much wider. Now what I've got here is a narrow bit, right? I've got a narrow bit, but I've got more around it. Now the total width from left to right is the same as normal. Right? And I've got a split line. I'm hitting the camera with a pen. Okay, but the highest raised bits from the center to the side, from here to there, is thinner than regular. Ain't 63 proof a penny? Yeah, it's a 63 proof penny. Could be. Okay, now we're going to look back over at that M. Look at the L. There you go. See how it's thinner? And that extra bit is low and flat. That's MD. That's how you can tell MD. I should do a class just on MD. The more I talk about it and try to explain it, the easier it gets. Okay, S. What do we got at the bottom of that S? Now, it is possible to have MD and a doubled die, because MD can be on any coin. But I don't see any split serifs. Look at the inside of the E's. Look at the tips of those S's. There's a great doubled die reverse Jefferson on the Coin Opp group right now, and they're really neat. And you can see that in the E, in the center of the E. Let me try to draw this. That's what your center of an E looks like. Right? Looks like this. Looks like a, kind of a neat Dr. Seuss trumpet sort of thing. But on that doubled die, looks like that. Unmistakable. Because you got, splits. You got a split in that serif. And that's a wide split. You get it wide enough and it looks like they, two different letters altogether. But I'm not seeing any splits on these serifs. Okay, what's going on the F? On the E, on the back side of that E. Okay. That looks low and flat. Okay, what's the normal thickness on the I in Monticello? Logan says, do you have a circulated barber quarter? Not right now. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to check right now, though. I don't think I do. But, geez, there's stuff on that desk. I don't know what it is. Photograph doesn't seem to have proofs. Proofs are very difficult to photograph. But just use the same photos of what they have for their business strikes and apply it to a proof, because you can have proofs that have been circulated and they'll take on wear. You'll have proof 55s. You'll have proof 40s. How to draw? I can't draw. Okay, what do we got here? We got a little bit of die deterioration. Nothing substantial, but enough that can be distracting. With my little pointy stick here. Yeah, but I'm going to want to look at some of the things on that. Yeah, this is MD on these L's. No question about it. On the E. But at the bottom of the S, I don't know what that is. Is it a contact mark? Because that's kind of square on the bottom. That's not normal. That tells me that's probably a contact mark. So I don't have any support here. Nothing saying, you know, look at doubling. Look at a doubled hub. Over here on the ends, between, say, the S and the rim, how it's kind of just kind of washed out, kind of becomes kind of a gradual letter rather than a, you know, a fixed edge. That's die deterioration. And that makes it tough to, well, I'm just not feeling the love as far as the double die on this one. Okay. Anyway, we'll go through these. See, I still talk like a team player. You get impaired 63, 64 proof. Let me catch up. Do you have a circular barber quarter? Photograph doesn't have proofs. Hi, Lincoln. That's Hoogie's here. How to draw. Hi, Hoogie. Because I have a barber half and dime, and I need a barber quarter. Oh, that's a good answer. I'll get barber halves. Several of them. Barber quarter, used, decent, $5 to $10. They're out there. You can get them. Impaired proof. That goes back to something else. I have some Logan. I want to talk about it here on someplace else to show. You can email Lincoln. He's got some. He's got all kinds of stuff. Okay, let me make sure these are all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. There we go. And I'm going to go through those with a fine-tooth comb and tell her exactly what I think. We have a potential RPM. I didn't see the DDR. The gold toning, I suspect, is a contaminant. We'll go and that quarter, that interesting quarter without the copper stripe. That's particularly interesting. You might have a good find there. That's what I got. Just want to stop in, open some things, and see what we had. Get from there. I'm going to have a follow-up video to this either today or first thing in the morning, because I'm going to do a recording on it. Make sure I get every point right. Go from there. Good evening, Professor, says Hidden. Where have you been? We've been here for like an hour and a half now. I sent a chat on YouTube chat. My email is messed up. You can go to the YouTuber coin community and use use that as a chat, and you can find each other, and then of course make friends and use the PM function. That'll work. Okay, guys, I want to thank you for coming in, and I'll keep drawing pictures, I suppose. Yeah, I got a good picture of my cat. He looks like this. Yeah, that's my cat. That's the best. That's as good as my art gets. We'll go from there. See you on the Wheat Show. That'll be tomorrow night. I'll probably have this finished up and have a full report, and I'll load it up all night because it takes hours to load a video instead of a live stream. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. See who else is on right now. Where's the blog directory? Screen. There it is. Here's a blog directory, and this needs a lot of work. People are always coming and going. It should say for Tuesday, Brian on at 5. He's still active. I got to check Couch, and $half is probably still active. They're probably on right now. Okay. We got let's see, Brian tomorrow, Silver Secret tomorrow, $half. Wednesday Wheats, and I got to check Justin and see if he's still on there. Let me find my way home. There it is, and come on. And here it is. And that's what we got. Guys, you stay groovy. We'll see you tomorrow.